Good evening, everyone. How are you doing out there tonight? Hope you're having a great evening. We are back for another Let's Talk streaming with Smash. On tonight's show, we are hitting a couple of big things. Here, let me get my audio correct here real quick. I don't have an audio added that I wanted to add here. I don't know why it's not in here. I'm sorry. Let's get this media source in here. Where is it at? Oh no. Their audio output. There we go. There we go. Now we got the music going. All right. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Streaming with Smash. This is the, I think it would be called the bi-monthly, semi-monthly podcast, where we have a podcast every other Thursday, 2 Thursdays a month, and we talk about all things streaming. We talk everything from streaming news and in the world of streaming, all the way to the do's and don'ts of streaming, and we help you out and we improve your streams. So tonight we are actually talking about several interesting topics. We are talking about branding, niching. We're talking about content, right? How to create content that's engaging. We're talking different types of social media that streamers use. We also have special guest on with us tonight. ColonelVapor will be joining us this evening, talking about building a community. What does it mean to build a community? What types of what is out there? What kind of tools? What mindset you have to have for building a community? We're going to talk to him as he gives us some insight on that, and then we're going to end the show. We're going to be talking about audio. Audio is king, and what you should be doing with your audio to make your streams sound professional. All that tonight on the show. Let's get started. All right, tonight, how's everyone doing out there, by the way? I hope everyone's having a great evening. All right, well, we're going to start off with a topic that's actually very, very hard to grasp, very hard to conceptualize. It is a very, very elusive concept for a lot of people. Elusive for me even, right? So we actually have branding, and we're not talking about marking the steer, seeing which cowboy's owns what, what rancher owns what steer. We're talking about the branding from a marketing standpoint. Marketing your product, your service, your company, whatever it is that whatever's up with your content, right? What makes you. So this is a really fluid concept. For some people it comes very naturally to understand branding. For others it's very difficult. I am one of those others. This has been something that I have been pseudo studying for a long time, and I still don't quite grasp everything there is to know about branding. But we're going to dive into it today, and we're going to talk about it, have a discussion, and we're going to go from there. So let's talk about it. Okay, branding. You guys know what branding is. Let's bring up this here real quick, okay? Here, let's bring up some logos here real quick. Famous logos, okay? So I want to bring some up that don't have any words in them, okay? Well, first of all, let's get out of Google, because I'm going to bring up my desktop here in just a second. I know, doggo. Let's see if we can't bring up. Here we go. Let's bring this up, okay? What is this, right? What is this? We all know this. This is Starbucks, right? Okay. Everyone knows what Starbucks is. What goes through your mind when you see this? What goes through your mind when you see this? Right? Coffee. So some people think of it as their morning startup. They have this concept of morning, getting ready for work, their commute to work. It has a whole bunch of things that trigger some thoughts in your mind. Branding. You see this and you think of all the way it feels. So what is branding, right? So branding is by definition, how the customers, this is your jam. It is, dude. For some people, Starbucks is like their go juice, right? So how your customer recognizes and experiences your product, right? Obviously, logo is huge, but there's all sorts of other concepts around the branding that's more than just this logo, right? Logo is huge, but it was a logo everything. What else do you experience at Starbucks, right? Do you experience, the line? Do you experience maybe a helpful barista, right? They kind of really brought in and ushered in the phrase barista. You're not just going to get the person at the register. What did they start calling them? A barista, someone who is an artisan. They're going to specialize your coffee, right? It's your treat. You're going to get special experience here. This isn't your morning coffee. This is your morning treat. You need this to be you today, right? All these different experiences and thoughts, right? On the cup, that's the first sip feeling. Yes, that first sip feeling. The mermaid porn. Cryptic. So, at any rate, this is right. Okay, what do you guys think of when you see this, right? Let's talk this. Okay, these two logos. What do we think when we see these, right? There's obviously no text here. By the way, Doggo's going crazy over here. Let's say hi to Doggo. Doggo, are you okay over there, Doggo?
It's a lovely dog you have.
Yeah, I know. You are being such a brat today. You're being such a brat. You're gonna go outside here pretty soon. We're gonna let you out. You're gonna not be part of the show anymore. We're gonna get rid of the Doggo cam because you just can't handle it anymore. All right. So yeah, so pizzas, right? But what kind of, how many, there are tons of pizza places. We're gonna let her out. She's being such a brat. There's tons of pizza places, right? There's Pizza Hut. There's Little Caesars, Domino's. There's Marco's. There's, Papa John's. You name it. Why is this hat kind of logo? Why is this recognizable? And does it give you a different idea of pizza? If you see that and you see a Little Caesars logo, do you think two different types of pizzas? Is one have a different taste or memory or experience for each one? Of course it does. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Okay, let's go into the branding here. How to brand. Okay. By the way, again, this is not just logo. We talk about logo. We talk about the attitude of the business, right? The messaging, right? The flyers, the pamphlets, and all of the advertising. All the stuff goes into making something recognizable, and it triggers a regular experience for you. Okay, so this is branding. You got to keep this in mind when we talk about branding. If you're a streamer and you're just making a logo, okay, what's my logo? The orange headphones, the blue hat. Yes. Do I wear it every time? Yes, I do. It's something that's comforting, recognizable, and as soon as you see it, you trigger, boom. I know what I'm watching, but you've got to set some sort of experience along with that. You've got to have a message along with it, and you got to be consistent with that message. So that brings in the next topic. Okay, so how do you brand? Okay, how do we brand? Well, let's talk about that here real quick. How do we brand? First of all, determine your audience. It's really important to determine your audience, and this might be one of the harder things to do, right? Well, shoot, I want my audience as a streamer, right? We want our audience to be people who want to watch us game. Okay, well, hold on. Let's break that down. Let me see if I can help you break some of that stuff down. What kind of people watch people game? Let's start with this. What kind of people are out there? Let's talk age, right? Demographics. Let's talk age, geography, culture, socioeconomic status. Let's talk interests. Let's talk, all these different factors that make up an individual. Well, okay, now we start saying, okay, what type of audience are we reaching, right? Well, let's say this. Let's just start with this. Is your audience, age 5 through age 10? Probably not, right? Probably not. Could be. Maybe you're streaming and you are streaming cool toys, right? But typically not, right? Even 5 to 10-year-old, even though they might be interested in it, parents still have to buy it, right? Okay, so maybe that's not your audience. Maybe you want the kid to be like, ooh, I want that thing. Mom, Dad, can you buy that thing, right? So maybe they do watch your VODs or your channel or something like that. Maybe not Twitch, but maybe they watch a YouTube channel. I don't know what parent would have their child on at 5 years old, but regardless, okay? Anyway, that's not our decision, but you want to identify your audience. So let's say your audience is actually this. What if it's your audience is age 15 to 20? Okay, that narrows it down. What do we need to do to target that audience? What is of interest to them? Now you start seeing that we're settling down. Okay, let's say this. 15 to 20-year-olds that are into sports. Maybe we have a sports channel and we want to teach young people the fundamentals of golf. All right? We don't want to teach, our audience isn't the 65-year-old who's playing. Maybe our audience is the 15 to 20-year-old who's just getting into the sport. Maybe they're a teenager and they want to think about going out for the high school team or something like that. Maybe they're on the high school team and they want to take their game to the next level, right? To college, to pro. They want to try out sometime, right? Okay, maybe we're a golf pro and we're trying to get these young people into the sport. Boom. Now you're starting to develop and start getting a picture of the audience. Now, do you want to start selling a product? Let's say would you start doing a product that is funny, I'm going to take this from the book of the movie Caddyshack, the naked lady tees, right? Rodney Dangerfield talks, I'll take a couple of the naked lady tees over there. I'll take a couple of the, okay. Would you sell would you be advertising the fun naked lady tees to your audience of 15 to 20 years? No, you wouldn't. So understanding your audience about branding is super important. Maybe that'd be funny for the 50-year-old, 60-year-old as a little gag things, and they go with their buddies and he pass out the naked lady tees, right? That's kind of something interesting. This is a new camera. This is a new camera. Cyberkai, welcome in. Sorry if I'm missing that. When I get on these rants on the podcast, I will miss your messages, but I will catch up. So I do apologize. Naked lady tees. No, not those kind of tees. Golf tees. We're talking golf tees. We're talking branding. Okay. So we're talking about identifying your audience specifically. So determining your target audience is super, super key when developing your brand. Okay. So let's focus on that. Same way Pepsi is probably not going to market their product to health crazy. I don't want to use the word crazy as a negative term, but extremely health focused vegans. Okay, probably not their market for their Pepsi soda. Now, maybe they might have a product for these people. Maybe they are into the water industry, right? Or in the vitamin industry. Pepsi is a massive company, but typically they wouldn't want to market their soda. They got to know their product. So start knowing your product and know your audience. Target your audience. That's huge in branding. Position your product and business. Okay, this one's really tough to this one's really, really tough to wrap your head around. Okay. But this one took me a long time too. Positioning. What is positioning? Well, it's not really like where you stand in a physical sense. It's the position in a person's memory banks, their thoughts, in their where you're positioned in their brain, let's say, if we want to use that idea, when they see, think, or hear about you. When we see, hear, or think about Mercedes, what positioning compared to competitors, compared to other things, not compared to pizza, right? Not compared to the Pizza Hut logo that we just saw, right? Or Subway. They're in two different camps, right? No one thinks, well, and we can a little bit there, but take a look at positioning from a standpoint of, oh my gosh, we're getting a raid. ColonelVapor, thank you for the raid. Colonel, by the way, we will have ColonelVapor on the show today. Welcome on in. Welcome, Raiders. We are hosting a podcast tonight. I will get to you, chatters. Please give me just a moment, chatters, and I will catch up with you. Right now, we're talking about branding and brand positioning, and we have a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Please just sit tight with me real quick, and hopefully you'll enjoy the podcast. I will get to your chats in a moment. So brand positioning, if that is where you position yourself compared to competitors in the minds of your customers, in the mind of your audience, right? When you say Mercedes, and then you say, let's see here, what's a smaller Jeep, right? Jeep has a different position in a person's brain than Mercedes does. Does anyone go out and say, you know what, I love the outdoors, I'm a rugged dude, I want to go mudding? Do they think Mercedes? No, they don't. They think luxury when they think Mercedes. They think rugged when they think Jeep, right? Okay. Whether it's true or not, we're not getting into the debate of the quality of the product. We're just talking about positioning of branding. So this is important for you streamers out there. This is important to understand. These are concepts that are sometimes difficult to grasp. So anyway, positioning, the way your audience thinks about you and your product, and typically the key qualities and values of your company. Okay, so that's very important. Next, the third thing that I want to talk to you about how to brand is choose a logo, not just a logo, but a slogan. Now, a slogan says something about you, kind of a mission statement. It's a quick mission statement. So make sure, a lot of you already have logos. Start thinking about slogans. Start thinking about slogans that go along with it, okay? And I think that's going to start helping you develop what type of attitude you want to portray when you're on stream, and it's going to help you connect to an audience. We'll talk about that more. Also, when ColonelVapor comes on, we're going to talk about some connection and connecting with your audience here tonight. Let's catch up here while we are doing this. Thank you so much, Wicked Pip, for coming in. Icy Darkness, thank you for K la 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 la, the hot pink mess. How are you doing, Eddie? I hope you're all doing so well. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone there. All right, moving on. Let's talk about niche. Everyone here knows about niche. Thank you so much for the follows, y'all. Thank you so much. I will read off those follows in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get through this because I do want to be very sensitive of ColonelVapor's time. I'm going to have him on about 9:30, so I don't want to waste his time. It's about 10 minutes, so I got a lot of stuff to get through. But I will get back to your comments. How to niche. You hear people talking about niching. We're going to need how to niche. Okay, so everyone talks about niching. What does niching do? Oh man, I want to niche. Like this social media person keep telling me how to niche, and I'm going to tell you about a social media person that I think is really cool that you should be following on TikTok in a moment. First is, I think step one is evaluate. You have to evaluate your passion, evaluate an audience, which we already talked about, and evaluate the competition, okay? You have to be evaluating those things because you got to find out, right, your audience and where you position against competition. So next, after you have evaluated your passion, right, and started narrowing your passion down to something that's really interesting and might be interesting to your audience, okay, and where you compete with your competitors, next you need to test. Here's how I recommend in the Twitch streaming world how you test, and that is put out content. Okay, we don't have huge market firms that we can go to and that already have research on this stuff for streaming. Okay, you can go see what other people are doing, but again, that's all in the evaluation period. Testing, put out content. Put out content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Put out content and see who it brings in. Kind of like put your line out there. Put a worm on it. Put your line out there. See what bites. Reel it back in, okay? When you reel it back in, step 3, refine it, okay? Okay, did anything bite the worm? No? Well, try to work again. Give it another chance. Comes in, nothing bit it. Okay, let's put on a lure, okay? Let's put on a blue lure. Throw it out there. Did it get anything? No. Put on a silver lure. Did it? Bam. We got it. You know, we got it hit. Something over there like silver lures, maybe. Okay. And maybe so things start hitting on silver lures. Okay. I know all of the analogies today. It's crazy. But that's how you look at your results, refine them, and then do it again. So those are my 3 recommendations to niching. Again, when you evaluate, 3 parts of evaluate your passion, evaluate your audience, evaluate competition. Step number 2 of niching, test your content. Put it out there. I don't care if it's rough. Done is better than perfect. Get it out there. You will refine it over time. Step 3, refine. Okay. And here's number 4, which we're going to get to in a moment here, but that is social media. Choose your form of social media. We just talked about fishing. Are we going to fish over there? Are we going to fish over there? Are we going to fish in a big lake? We're going to fish in a stream. You gotta know what you want to fish in. And guess what? You can do all of them. That's what we're going to talk about next. Malachi, thank you for the follow. Wicked Pip, thank you for the follow. Icy Darkness again, also thank you so much for the follow. Colonel, by the way, thank you so much for trusting with your viewers tonight. I think we're going to have a really awesome chat and discussion, so I'm super excited for that. I hope everyone else is excited to dive into building an audience and gonna be super cool conversation tonight with ColonelVapor. So thank you so much. Hang tight, y'all. We're gonna have ColonelVapor on here in a moment. All right, let's talk about social media for a second. All right, bring over my notes. The big social media for streamers, this was a little bit of research done by some other sites and other content creators. I think still right now Twitter is the go-to. Okay, I think Twitter is such a huge go-to for streamers. Its ability to network is incredible. Its ability for the community to reach you quickly individually. It's a quick way to post content and updates. So here's where Twitter's advantage: instant connection, instant updates, going live, doing this, topics we're talking about. You can repost other people's content. They have no problem with that. You can market with other people. I think Twitter is still the place to be for most streamers. If you look at some of the big streamers, they're still huge on TikTok. I know they have an Instagram. I know they have a TikTok. But I still think that Twitter is still the place you need to be on if you are a streamer. If you don't have a Twitter, get one, start doing it. Short form. You can put out content. You don't have to create edit videos and stuff like that. Start communicating on Twitter. Heck, I got to start taking my own advice, right? I do have a Twitter, by the way. I do have social media. If you want to check those out, here are my socials. Bringing them up. My board's acting just a little slow today. Here's the socials today. But let's look at the next format that I think you should be doing. This one is a little harder, a little longer, but this is actually something once you are communicating with people on Twitter in a short format like that, you have to expand into a long format. Also a long format that is searchable and a long format where your content is viable for a longer period of time. And I don't mean just length of content or video. I mean also like its longevity of viewable content, right? How long people can go back and watch it. And that is YouTube. I really think that YouTube is another place that you need to be on if you're a streamer. Okay. It's a longer format. It's searchable, which I already covered. You can give reviews. Okay. Here's some of the things you can do. You can give reviews of things, reviews of games, reviews of products. Okay. Your thoughts and opinions on things. Okay. There's a whole bunch of things that you can be doing. This is really where it gets down to, again, going back to your niche. Find your passion, understand your audience, and what things you should be. So, if, like I said, if you are a golf channel and you want to teach kids, 15 to 25-year-olds, good swing technique because they want to get into golfing, right? You don't go review, things that maybe knee braces, right? Oh, this is a good golfing knee brace, right? For people who are older. Wait, we just said that our audience was 15 to 25. Most 15 to 25-year-olds probably not going to have knee issues. That is more for your audience who's older, who they're experienced golfers, and so maybe you're helping them improve their golf game and take strokes off their game and help improve their back. Like, they're using icy hot on their back after a long, 18 holes of golf, right? Those are the things that you maybe market or sell or review, and like, hey, this knee brace worked well for me on the golf course, that kind of thing, to give me support. Again, you got to be finding your passion and reviewing and giving your thoughts and opinions on topics that are relevant to your audience. Again, do that on YouTube. Do that on YouTube where it's searchable. Don't just come here live on Twitch and expect to get viewers, right? All right. We're 3 minutes out from the interview, so I think we're going to go quickly here. What's Twitter? Mrs. Smash. Killing me over here. Next, let's talk about TikTok. All right, we're gonna try to run through this and make this real quick, y'all. TikTok is an awesome place to test your video content in a huge market. However, it is not necessarily a place for branding yourself. Here's why. People really can't search you there. They may be able to identify you there, but they really have to have someplace else to go to identify. But I think it's an awesome place to do quick format video and find out what really hits, like what's your passion and what you're good at and who your audience is by using TikTok. Not meme TikTok, not making memes, not making, copycat videos where you're using some sort of special audio or you dancing or something like that. Maybe if you have a dancing channel, maybe. But you doing silly meme stuff like that on TikTok is not how you build an audience on a social media, okay? Do original content, but make it 30 seconds. If I'm into 3D printing. If I want to make 3D print stuff, maybe my 3D printing ideas are I make all gaming figurines, okay? See how well it does on TikTok. All right, if it's starting to do well and I'm starting to build an audience, maybe I make longer videos on how to do figurines and I make YouTube videos, someplace where it's searchable and I can really broadcast and really promote my brand, okay? So consider that when you're as a streamer. Do not use TikTok as your primary source of content. I would not recommend that. Next, Instagram. This is a great place if a lot of your content has to do with imagery, okay? Images, pictures, you create stuff. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, ColonelVapor, for the 7 months. I appreciate you, bro. Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a look at Instagram. Test your image content on a big market and also connect to followers. You can actually really connect with followers here, especially if you are your brand, okay? If it's you, if people like you, your personality, it is still a quick short format, but it's a picture short format. So it's kind of like Twitter, but with a visual component, and it's a quick way to connect. I don't think it's necessarily a great place to convey information, but don't feel threatened by Instagram. You know, if I had to pick my go-tos, I'd probably say Twitter, then YouTube, then Instagram, then TikTok. Now, the other thing I recommend for you is if once you've found a brand, once you found a niche, and then once you found an audience, start posting in multiple places. This is after you've discovered and evaluated all these things, and you're really starting to hone in what you want to do, and you kind of have an audience, and even if it's a small audience, start using multiple posting and start posting that stuff. Don't start fishing in all different areas. Start honing that back down. On Twitter, talk about the things that are interesting to your audience, that are your niche. YouTube, same thing. TikTok, Instagram, all those same things. Use those formats. Don't be afraid to cross those and communicate on all those. Make your time more efficient. Make one piece of content, chop it up into little things, like a YouTube video, chop up a little snippet, throw it on TikTok, take a couple of snapshots, throw it on Instagram with some comments, right? Or maybe on a reel, maybe a small little snippet. So it entices people. It's just a little taste of it. Go head over to your YouTube channel for the rest of the video, kind of thing. Okay. Don't be afraid to maximize your time. Just not a huge fan of the content. Oh, what are we talking about here? Plenty of old people on TikTok. I know. I'm an old person. I'm on TikTok. I'm too old to be on TikTok. Hey, Megan. All right. By the way, so that is my information on social media. We are going to talk about Discord after this. In fact, we may actually talk about Discord with ColonelVapor. We're going to bring ColonelVapor on here right now. We're going to give me just a few minutes while we bring him in here. Let's see here. ColonelVapor, can you hear me? There we go. Let me adjust your audio just real quick here.
Yeah, no problem.
Because what we want to make sure everyone hears you nice and loud here.
Thank you.
All right, and we're gonna bring your video in here real quick.
Yeah, let me share. I'm sharing my screen. I wanted to get in here first. And you crop it how you need it.
All right, appreciate you, man. What is it doing? Show all participants. We're gonna break this out here real quick.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
You got your is your video on? Are you not able to?
Do you want me to hang on? Let me do it. Let me try it another way really quick.
You know what? Here, hold on, real quick. Let me see if it could be. Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I just shared my screen.
I see. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All righty. That works for me, man.
Hey guys.
ColonelVapor, how you doing tonight, dude? How was your stream?
Doing great, man. It was fantastic. It's always fun. We have a great time. You know, playing a little killer, a little survivor, Dead by Daylight, enjoying ourselves. It was good.
That's awesome, dude. Okay, so you heard the and you and I talked earlier this week about the topics of tonight. You heard some of the social media stuff, the branding stuff. First, I want to give you a chance. Just tell my community and tell some of the viewers tonight about your community.
Yeah, sure. My community is very diverse. Come from all reaches of Earth, you know. And we always find that happy medium. And the way I did it initially was just finding something that I enjoyed, in which case this would be Dead by Daylight, a specific title game. And from there, I just was streaming consistently and trying to example behaviors that I thought that the community would like to see. And from there, they just started to grow. Also, an honorable, very honorable mention. I can't say it enough that my moderators, and specifically my wife, Hot Pink Mess, help tremendously on an everyday basis that I stream in my Discord community and everything else. But what we focused on was taking that Twitch community and bridging it into the Discord community to cross-pollinate as much as possible to show that there was a safe haven equally when I was live, but I was reachable, I was obtainable offline as well, and wanted to create that growth there by giving people a safe space to come to feel like they can be themselves and not pass judgment or feel like they were going to be judged. And that's been the biggest MO for me as a content creator when I'm live, when I'm off stream, because I want to be able to help people. I want them to know they have a place they can come to and just really be themselves. You know, everybody's got a difference of opinion, but we can all find a happy medium somewhere. And I think that's really smart. I think it's really fun that we can do that. And that's really the MO. I took something that I enjoyed and I just went out into the world with it. And as people got to know me a little bit and got to understand what I was about, I just continued to exhibit behaviors that I felt like the community needed to see from people, as opposed to what you can see on Twitch or in Discord. You see a lot of drama time. And I genuinely don't want to be a part of that at all. So.
Well, I've always been extremely welcomed into your community. It's super awesome. That's really interesting. You bring up that connection between Twitch and your Discord, and having a value that's available when you're not live, because we can't be live 24/7.
Correct.
Right. We don't have the energy. I mean, no one can do that. It might be fun to do that for a stream, right? But yeah, that's amazing that you can have that kind of asynchronous value added to your community. What was the trigger? Was that always your idea, or was that something that you said, you know what, hey, there's a need here? Tell me about that discovery.
Well, sure, absolutely. I mean, things just unveil themselves to you as you progress, right? When I started streaming, it's because I was watching like anything. It's funny you were mentioning Twitter. I literally saw some funny outtakes of content creators on Twitter, and that's what even drew me to Twitch in the first place. And then from there, I started watching Twitch and started learning about it. And then I fell in love with Twitch, and I was like, you know, I could do this. So I started doing it. I didn't even know Discord existed. As far as I knew, there was PlayStation Party Network and Xbox Party Chat, and that was it. You know, and that is just the truth. By the way, I'm 41. I'm old. I get it. I'm a boomer. And so, you know, we learn as we go.
Hey, that's right. You and I will, I'm sure we'll pass each other in the aisleways to go grab our Depends. It's okay, man.
Hey, sundresses, we're at that age where we just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, going back to it, I learned about Discord, and I learned about that this was the way that people communicated with one another for all facilities, not just gaming, not just content creation, just about everything Discord's got their hands in. And I was like, so I really started learning about Discord and what it was about to be a part of a community, to be a part of a community. And from there, I said, okay, I want to create my own community. I want to have a place where I feel safe and anybody that's involved with me feels safe. That was my number one mission goal with Discord. From there, I thought to myself, well, you know, I looked at all these different avenues on how you can grow your Discord. I did all the outreach programs and was looking at, you know, online study cases on how you can grow your Discord and everything else like that. But you got to find your own thing. And I was like, I love what I do in creating content. I'm going to bridge that with my Discord. I want to make my Discord as equally important as my live content so that people know that it's not just a thing that I do for 4 or 5 hours, a couple of days a week.
Yeah.
This is who I am, and this is what I want you to be a part of with me. So at the end of the day, my mission statement has always been, let's enjoy life because we all have a ticket, you know? And when I stamp out of the world, I want to be able to create an impression on people that they can look back and say, hey, that guy Vapor was good people. So that's really what it's been like.
That's a good mission, man.
Yeah. Well, I've had some close calls in life that has made me as a person reevaluate what life really means. Does it mean that I have to have a Benz in the driveway? Does it mean that I have to have, you know, millions stacked up in the bank and accruing so I can go play around with crypto? You know, everybody's mission statement's different. Everybody's idea of success is different. Their definitions are all very different. And me, it's living life and enjoying life, but creating a place where people can meet me on even ground and know that they're going to be met with the same respect that I would expect to get from them. So, after the cross-pollination part, it dawned on me, okay, Discord is not live. So you got to be available if you want people to stick around and be a part of your Discord. You can't just say, I'm checking out of my live stream, so I'm also checking out of my Discord. So you can't, see you when I see you. Right. It's not going to work. So what I try to do as often as possible is I'm in my Discord. I'm literally in my Discord as much as I possibly can be, just sitting in a live VC, because whenever I'm editing videos or just playing a game off stream, just enjoying a video game like Lost Ark, I'm enjoying the hell out of that right now.
Yeah, isn't that such a great game, by the way?
It's so good. So good.
Dude, we're gonna have to link up on that, by the way, because I'm doing it, but I'm not a huge MMO guy. You know, that's not my style. But look, we're gonna have to play some.
Sure, of course. Hey, and listen, I have amazing community members that have helped me a ton in that game and can do the same for you.
Okay.
And we'll be glad to help you. You know, hey, I always preach we are one vape army. It's not just me and it's not just that person. We're all in it together.
So yeah, going back to that's your audience, right? That you've identified your audience extremely well. That is, you got the like I said, you have a really tight knit community, and that's the reason I wanted to bring you on tonight, because I really wanted to convey your message to other people. Okay, so we talked about the Discord. Give me, and that is the medium in which you use to really connect with your audience and your community. Can you give me, how to ask this question? Can you give me an idea and a mindset of not necessarily the media you use to connect your audience, but how do you connect to your community in a mental way? That's like a deep question. I hope that.
that was wow.
So, these are the hard-hitting questions we ask here.
Well, I can give you a really simple answer to it, and that is just, I am who I am. I don't display something that people see in one end as a guise to make you believe I'm this type of person or this individual. I am genuinely who I am whenever I hit the live button. So when you come into my Discord to, 3 o'clock in the morning, you still see me in there and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Do you not know what sleep is? And they'll come in and chat with me. I am who I am so that I never have to worry about what impression I'm making on people, because I want people to enjoy themselves at the end of the day as much as I want to enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
So as far as like integration and as far as like my medium. I just try to represent myself as and the community how I would ideally want to be represented.
Hmm.
And I think that I wouldn't call it a safety net, but I think that they feel that most people that are in the community in the Discord feel comfort in knowing that I have their back in whatever life's offering them, and I try to be there for them, lend the ear, do what I can, and I really genuinely care about people and what they have going on versus what can you do for me attitude. I don't believe in
Yeah.
that. I believe in what can we do to help each other.
Yeah, and you're not into the transactional communications. You know what? If I had to sum it up, can I if I had to, well, all the things that you're kind of describing about your community, authenticity is
Sure.
huge for you. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
don't I don't want to convey anything other than being a genuinely authentic, caring individual that wants to grow. I want to continue in growing in my success, but I want whatever anybody else is pursuing to grow. Whether you want to be a content creator, I want to help you get there in whatever facilities I can do it in. I've done that many times over, and I will continue to do it. All you got to do is ask me for help. I also believe in asking for help when you don't know something. You know that I've asked you for help. I've reached out to you before in the past about things that you used in your content. I said,
Yes.
how did you go about doing that?
Yes.
And in turn, I encourage anybody to ask me anything. Any of my knowledge, I try to defer over to other people as well because there's absolutely too much in this world that one person can conquer. And no matter how much you want to take on that mentality, you'll never do it. So why aren't we sharing? Why aren't we caring? Why aren't we bringing everybody along on the success ride? So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's what, yeah, that's where
Well,
I'm at.
that's super awesome. Okay, let's switch up gears here real quick, and we're gonna hit a couple other hard questions. But uh,
Sure.
what are some of the biggest challenges that you've faced in growing a community? Because we want to stay on that same community pathway, but what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced when growing that authentic community as a streamer?
Um, the lull moments, the lull times when other people's lives, stray them away, and you start to question: was it you? Was it your content? Was it
Mm.
something that someone did that you didn't even know about? All these things start to creep into your mind when you start to see, not so much communication in the Discord, yada yada, and it really starts to plague your mind, those lull moments. But again, I said it at the beginning, and I'll repeat this again. If it wasn't for Hot Pink Mess, I'm not sure that I'd be having this conversation with you about how I've been successful with growing a community, because she has been the biggest part of what I would call my backbone. Every time I've had the weak in the knees feeling, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Should I even be pursuing this? Should I even be trying to grow this community? She's been there to reinforce me, encourage me, explain to me, give example that things that once you stare at the same four walls for a long period of time, everything starts to kind of lose its color and its flair,
Mhm.
and she's just those simple reminders, just, oh yeah, that is true. That is true. That did happen. And oh yeah, I did do that. And oh yeah, they did appreciate that. And just pushing through those low moments, um, and continuing to be that outreach. And I mean, when I tell you I'm the outreach, I reach out to people that I haven't seen in, like, let's say a week and a half. They haven't popped into the Discord to say what's up, or even in the live content. I message them. Hey, is everything okay? Is your life good? Is everything all right? I haven't seen you in a bit and just want to check in on you. I
Wow.
just reach out occasionally because I want to know that people are all right. I mean, if I remember correct, I could probably scroll up our DMs. You might find where I'd asked you if you were okay, how are things
Yeah.
going? Because I try to reach out. I try to genuinely care. And I wanted to reinforce that. I wanted to reinforce that, again, the genuine authenticity of them being a part of a family, being a part of this, what I call Vape Army. They
Yeah,
are Vape Army. I'm nothing without the people that make the community what it is. So,
absolutely.
and I constantly reinforce that, not through actions, but also through verbiage.
Hmm.
Sometimes everybody's different. Everybody needs coaching. There's no one script, right? Sometimes letting the community know, just using those words, just literally looking into a camera and saying, I appreciate the hell out of you, just reinforces to them that they're in the right place for the right reason.
Yes.
Not everybody needs it, but
I think as humans, we have an innate need to be valued, and that's different than being validated, right? But I think
correct.
uh, we can go as a humanity, and as individuals, we can connect better with each other by valuing each other. I think that's a thing, big, huge thing that's missing, by the way, on social media. We're missing connections. Thank you, by the way, for doing that, because like I said, on social media, I feel like there's such a big disconnect. And yes, can I echo the shout out to your mod and wife, the Hot Pink Mess? She does an incredible job in there. When I jump in there, sometimes I jump in there and chat. Sometimes, by the way, and I do apologize, I tend to be the lurker where I'll have you on, I'll be listening to you, and I'll be either doing homework or something like that. So every once in a while I'm in there going I'm not ignoring you. I'm chilling and listening. I'm laughing at your because by the way, you have, if for those of you who don't know, go check out Colonel Vapor's channel. He has one of the most infectious laughs you'll ever heard. Also, you're not a bad singer. Most people,
I've been told that. I don't know. I'm not tooting the horn. I've been told.
I'll do it for you. So
much love, man. I appreciate you, dude.
So okay, let's do this. If you had to start over, haven't been you had to start over. Let's go back in time. You're starting new, but you have all the knowledge you have now. If you had to start over, what would you do the same, and what would you change as far as building your community outreach, that kind of thing?
I wouldn't change anything that I'm doing, because I firmly believe that if you don't stand on some type of hill, you're not going to stand on any. So I wouldn't change anything that I've done to this point. What I would continue to do is I would continue to try to reinforce a positive place. We're human. We all make errors, and you're going to make your errors. You're going to make your bumps in the road. But when I talk about what I've done, I would continue. Let's say day one started streaming, right? Day one, and I decided Apex Legends was the game that I was going to stream. I love that game. It's the best game out there in my mind, and I want to project who I am and what I'm about, and I want to show off some skills, but I want to be a content creator, and I also want you to be a part of my community and come back around and hang out with me and be a part of those moments as I hit those milestones. And I would continue to demonstrate what I felt like good behavior was, what I felt like myself having a good time is, and try to be there in that respect. From there, as people say, hey, do you have a Discord? Absolutely, I have a Discord. I don't thrust it on people, but I do subtle things. Like when they follow me, my bot doesn't just say thank you for the follow. It says thanks for the follow. If you'd really like to hang out with us more often, you can join our Discord at yada yada. It's just a little extra subtle thing that I threw into the back of my follow message. You know, some people just click it right away and jump right in. Others, they'll follow, don't even pay any attention because they're used to seeing every other content creator's message say something like that. But eventually, as they get to know you and enjoy your content, enjoy the community that you're growing around you and interacting with the people and getting that chemistry, that I can be here, this is a fun place to be environment, that's where you can start interjecting, hey man, I've got a Discord, we hang out there all the time on and offline, and you're more than welcome to be a part of it. I would continue to example the exact behavior I've been doing, because I enjoy what I would consider, and everybody's definition is different, so please don't think I'm trying to proclaim anything. My success is my own, my definition, and I would keep doing it the way I'm doing it because I love the pace that I grow at. I love how my community grows with me. I've literally watched people. I've watched some people become just as successful in content creation as myself, and I take nothing from them, but they've come to me and said, thank you for your help. I don't know if I'd really be where I'm at without you. And that's a really, really cool feeling. So I would change nothing.
That's so awesome.
Continue to be subtle, be myself, try to make people laugh, even at my own expense, and have some fun, which I do a lot.
We can't take ourselves too seriously.
No, absolutely not. I mean, there was at one point, man, the community convinced me to dye my beard red. You remember?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, my beard was blistering hot red. And again, at my expense, I will do things to show people that I care. And that was just one of those things. And it's what you make of it. You know what I mean? Some people only want to just make what they would consider their close internet friends. Maybe one day they become in real life friends, and that's all their mission statement is. Others think about the big ticket. They want the bag. How can I get there? And things like that. Me, I like generating a fun community, a fun place for people to come be there. Support me
Yeah.
in the ways that I only expect you to come in and just hang out with me and be a part of it. Anything above is above and beyond. So that's just always been the way I take it.
I think we have some people in chat that are encouraging you to make that same. I think they're wanting to go red again.
Oh yeah,
Ruh-roh.
red beard.
Oh my goodness. All right. So the final thing I want to ask you tonight, your advice for other content creators. So I do have some other streamers in here. You have some streamers in your community. Give them some ideas, or maybe like one idea. One piece of advice for the content creators who want to grow a community.
Sure. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off what you were talking about before I got on though. Twitter is somewhere where you resonate who you are, and in a short facility. So I think that's really smart that you start putting yourself out there. Just your opinions. I mean, you can keep it as PC as you want, but be who you're gonna be so that people can connect with you. I agree. I also agree with you that TikTok has its place in a facility, but I don't think that it is a place for you to try to put your brand out there as far as like your live content brand, because there's so many people doing that and it's so extremely oversaturated. You would have to find something niche in that regard. YouTube is definitely going to be your long-term content, regardless of how saturated you may think that is. That is worldwide, forever reaching. There's people to this day in India that has no idea what Twitch is, but they know what YouTube is.
Yeah.
And you never know who you're going to attract to yourself. Discord. Everybody's going to take a different opinion about this, but be yourself, be who you're going to be. I used my live content to draw people into my Discord community, and I will continue to do that because that's what's worked for me. And that's my advice. As you are a live streamer, make sure that you have a consistent schedule so that you can create a community on Twitch. And by doing that, you can then in turn create a community in your Discord, because they know when you're live and they know when you're off. And when you're off and you make yourself available when you're off, you're going to grow your Discord. The last thing I'm going to leave you on, and I don't even know if you know about this yet. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. There is another form of social outreach for content creators to network with each other, which is extremely important as well as a content creator. And it's called hover.gg.
Yes.
Surprisingly, that has been a very, very, very strong thing that has come up real fast, but it's working really well for people to connect. Say you're a variety streamer, that's okay, but you got like 3 titles you rotate through, right? Well, there's plenty of people out there that are content creators that rotate through similar or same titles with you there, and you can connect, network, and get those hosts and raids, and host and raid others on there, and meet new friends, meet new people you can co-stream with. It's a great avenue for people who are trying to grow, especially when you're starting young and you don't really have a community yet. It's a great place to network with other creators. So
very awesome.
I'd really suggest that. But I'm telling you, the only way you're going to create a consistent community on Discord is to create a consistent community with whatever you're trying to do, whether you're going to be YouTubing, because that's okay. That there's content creators for everything, YouTubing, TikToking, but I don't think that those two go hand in hand. I don't think they're tandem.
Right.
Live content, whether that's on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. And at the end of the day, you cross-pollinate that into your Discord. And once you create a foundation into your Discord with people you know, trust, and become to care about, that's when you start to create what I call that family effect, where people you really do start creating those genuine connections with them, and they create those connections with you. And that's where you start to really see everything come to blossom. So that's my advice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, by the way, for all you've been and coming on the show. I want to. There's one more question, a silly question. Let's do it. Okay. Any gaming character in any of the games you played or games you haven't played, which gaming character would you? I'm going to do the Barbara Walters, right? Remember the Barbara Walters? What kind of twee would you be? What game character would you choose if you had to be in a video game? What game character would you be?
If I was going to be any game character, I'd be Master Chief, because I mean,
he's such a badass.
He's built like a brick house, and bro, I mean that man has survived galaxies destroyed. So I mean, I mean, I got my best shots being that guy, so I'm sticking with Master Chief.
All right. Well, hey, okay, give us the audience real quick. What is? Do you have anything coming up? Any events? Anything you want to promote real quick?
Sure. Every Friday, if you enjoy Dead by Daylight, every Friday I do community night customs. I try to be as interactive as possible through the week playing the game. Obviously, when you play Killer, you're just spectating me at that point. But whenever I play Survivor, I try to bring as many community members in for the ride. But on Friday, I do community night customs where I host a custom game and the community shows off their skill sets. And I'd love for people to come and see what the community has to offer, not so much what I have to offer, and watch them enjoy playing the game that we all enjoy together. It's a lot of fun. I do that every Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, and I would love for you all to come hang out and just get a good laugh out of it. So
awesome.
Feel free to do that.
Colonel Vapor, thank you for stopping by. Chat, there will be a link in the chat to Colonel Vapor's channel. Go check him out. Hey, Colonel Vapor, thank you so much for coming on, buddy. I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Much love, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out, my man.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Colonel Vapor, for stopping by the show. Thank you so much for being a guest. Those of you who have come in, I hope you enjoyed that quick convo with Colonel Vapor, his insight on building a community, how to reach out, how to connect with your community on different social media. Discord obviously is one of his his connection point in trying to do that cross-pollination, as he talked about. Super awesome recommendations and tips there. Please go give him a follow. Let him know that you appreciated that. That would mean so much to me. Thank you so much. We are going to be moving on to our fourth topic of the evening to close out the night, and that is more along the lines of streaming tips. And I very much want to make this very, very clear. Audio is king. If you're a streamer, audio is king. Okay, I know we talk about the video setups, the decorations in the background. We see all these huge streamers, and they have cool lighting. They have PCs. They have dual NVIDIA 3090 Ti's. They got 15 screens up, all that stuff, right? Here's the thing. Nobody gets there unless they have good audio. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to take 5-10 minutes to talk about good audio tonight. I say that hoping that my current audio isn't blowing people's eardrums out. But let's talk about audio. It doesn't matter what you're using. Streamlabs, using OBS. It doesn't matter if you're using a USB mic. It doesn't matter if you're using a $500 Go XLR with an $800 microphone. You can make audio sound professional, or as close to professional as possible, with very inexpensive stuff. That has always been my MO, if you will, or always been one of my principles. Is I want to make sure that you are staying, and you're not getting gear envy, that you're staying within your budget and you're making your technology work for you. But let's talk about this audio, okay? We cannot have if you're streaming and you have your game audio too loud and no one can hear you talk, or if you have your game audio too quiet, no one can hear your game, or if there's an exciting part and you've totally heard this, you've totally been in a part in the game, or you've been watching somebody who's been excited in the game, and you start hearing their mic snapping and popping because they're screaming into the mic and you can't understand a word, and it's just killing your ears, and it's called clipping, right? So there's all sorts of things. We need to have good quality audio that is clear, because you want to convey a message. Yes, the video conveys a message, your overlays and all the rest of the stuff, but in all reality, if people can't hear you and they can't understand you, or it's your audio annoys them, they're going to leave. Doesn't matter how good your video settings are. Doesn't matter how awesome your decorations are in the background. They're going to leave if you don't have your audio set right. So let's talk about that real quick. One of the most important tips that I have for audio is testing. Test your audio. And what I mean by that, again, using Streamlabs or OBS or whatever recording system, maybe you're doing YouTube videos, right? You're just using a camera with a microphone. Listen to the play it back, listen to it. If your audio is is too quiet, turn up your microphone. If it's too loud, right, when you get the exciting parts, turn it back down. Okay. And I'll show you a couple plugins that you can use, a couple filters you can use in OBS specifically that you can use to adjust your audio to make it sound more professional. So do some initial testing, record several minutes, both just talking in the mic normally, record it while playing a game, record it while playing different games. If you play different games, you stream different games, record at the same time. Check your game audio. Is your game audio coming in too loud? Then go back and listen to it. Listen to it yourself. Listen to the whole thing. Are you annoyed by it? Are you having difficulty understanding yourself? Are you having difficulty when the bomb's dropping in a war zone and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't hear anything else that's going on, right? Let's talk about that. Dial in your audio settings on your mixer in OBS and Streamlabs. The next thing, let's talk about some mic settings, some filter settings. These are important ones. Noise suppression, okay? Have a fan in your room. I have in the summertime, the air conditioner kicks on and it's loud. I have a huge fan above me that just goes, so I had to dial that in. That is a filter on your audio, and we can actually bring this over. Can I bring over just my audio? Oh, I can. Yeah, sweet. We're gonna do this real quick, chat. We're gonna bring over just my audio. I think it's gonna be a little small to see, but you'll get the idea, get the gist. Okay. So here's my audio. I have dozens and dozens of different audio tracks here that are invisible right now, but here's my Yeti mic. Okay, it's a USB mic. It's a very mid-level USB mic, maybe mid to low level. It's not a high-end mic. But we can actually put on filters here. Let's talk about, so here's obviously, everyone knows who's streaming knows that this is how you adjust your audio. And I like mine just a touch into the yellow. Sometimes that's even a little bit too loud, but I think that's a good sign that I'm hitting just barely into the yellow. And I try to keep all my other audio relative to that. So if I have a guest on speaking like ColonelVapor, I wanted ColonelVapor to be at the same level I am. I want his audio to sound just about the same volume as mine, right? Game audio though, I want the game audio to be a little quieter. I want to be over top of my game audio. So let's go ahead and talk about these filters. Hit the little gear guy icon on. I know it's a little small. Can I make that any bigger? Let's see if I can do this. Ooh, I can, but it's not going to do a whole lot. You can't read it too well. We're going to hit this little gear icon and we're going to go to filters. Okay. And I'm going to drag these filters over. Again, it's a little hard to see, but I have let's start with do gain here. Let's move this over real quick. My notes over here. We're going to talk about gain. Okay. This is basically the sensitivity of your microphone and how much it's going to amplify it. Okay. This is all in reference to where your mic hits in the yellow, right? So your microphone gain along with your volume meter over here, those in tandem play with each other. Tune it into where you think it's reasonable so that your volume is, every word you say is coming up to the right level that you want. And if you're really loud, it comes up maybe a little bit more, but if you notice, I'm not hitting into the red. Even when I scream, okay, it never hits into the red, okay? And if I whisper real quietly like this, it's still coming into the, like just below the yellow a little bit, but I'm whispering. So that's taking my audio. I'll show you what does that real quick. That's called a compressor. We're going to go on to the compressor setting now. This is a setting called compressor. This is what it does is it takes the high end of your audio and the low end of your audio and literally compresses it into an audio range of quiet and loud that takes, again, really loud and really quiet and compresses it into this setting. So if you're whispering, it'll bring your audio volume up. If you're yelling, it'll bring your audio volume down, okay? And it compresses into this little setting. Play with these ratios. There's plenty of websites, plenty of YouTube videos on how to do this. We're not going to go over all the details right now, but plenty of YouTube videos that talk about how to set the ratio, the threshold, the attack, the release, all this other stuff, gain output, right? The changes. Compressor is your friend when it comes to keeping the screaming. And if you get super excited, bring that down so it doesn't hurt anyone's ears. It also helps the quiet parts of your voice. If you're just whispering or something like that, it'll help bring those up as well. Keep it in a nice audible range. There's another portion of this that I want to talk about that is also inside this compressor. Do you see this thing over here? I know it's probably hard to read on your screen. It says called sidechain / ducking source. Ducking, okay? Ducking is when you speak. See all my other audio channels? I have Yeti microphone. I have all these other desktop audio. So that would be like my game comes through my desktop audio. Ducking, well, you can actually set up a filter on these other audio channels called ducking. The same compressor has this little ducking, and what you do is you click on it and you select another audio thing. So when another audio thing is playing, if it detects a sound, so I'm going to go over here to my desktop audio, actually aux Vio. I use this as my Discord audio coming in. So anyone is in my headset, ColonelVapor is on this channel. One of the filters I have, we're going to bring that over, is this chat ducking. It's actually a compressor, and I have it ducking when it notices that my Yeti microphone, when I'm speaking into my microphone and the meter is going up and down here, what it does is it ducks the audio, which simply ducking means just like this, just like you would duck. It lowers temporarily their volume while I'm speaking, and then when I stop speaking, it brings their audio level back up so you can hear them more clearly. But when I'm talking, I'm the primary voice you hear, so I don't have to yell over top of them. I speak normally, they quiet down, you can hear me, you can still hear them, but they're quieter in the background, and then I stop talking and their volume comes back up. Audio ducking is huge. Go Google, go YouTube, how to set up audio ducking on OBS and Streamlabs. It's going to be one of the most important audio things you use. I think it's important with your game audio, and I think it's important if you have guests in like a team chat or a Discord chat, and you have a bunch of different voices. Audio ducking is huge and important, so people aren't getting annoyed by all the different voices and all the different audio things going on. Super, super huge. Audio ducking. So write that down. Audio ducking is huge. Next thing we want to talk about, and this will be the last thing we talk about, is the thing I mentioned earlier, the noise gate. Okay. And that's if you have a fan near you, a loud, noisy AC, the wind blowing outside. Let's go back here in the filters of my Yeti microphone. Noise suppression and noise gate. Okay. These are things, there's a lot of different things to use. Good quality. I use the RNN noise gate. I also use noise suppression, and I also use this noise gate. Okay. This is something that's going to be unique to each individual. And what I do is anything below a certain threshold. So my keyboard clicking, okay, which is just loud enough for my microphone, if this was off, my microphone to pick it up. And what I do is I actually I make my microphone tune that out. Anything at a certain threshold, ignore it. Don't pick it up. Okay. If it's not at least as loud as my voice, okay, if it's I can still whisper and you can still hear me, but if I go too quiet, so if I go too quiet, you'll stop hearing me, right? And that's what I want, because I don't want you to hear my mouse clicks and I don't want you to hear my keyboard clicks. Look at noise gates, close threshold, open threshold, release time, all that stuff. You're going to get a much better tutorial if you look up noise gate, OBS noise gate on YouTube. You're going to have some awesome tutorials. So there are my 3 recommendations for audio. Do initial testing, record it and listen to it, and then use filters like these in your audio settings, and I guarantee you will have improved audio and people will enjoy your streams much, much more. So, all right, everybody. Well, I hope everyone had a great evening. Oh, let's see here. What do we want to do? I don't want to do that. Hold on. How do I do this? There we go. Ruh-roh. There we go. There we go. Okay, now everything's working smoothly here. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to the chat here real quick, and we have some time for some questions. Hey there, Nangs, how you doing tonight? Wicked Pip, by the way, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the follow again. I appreciate you. You're going to look into the audio ducking. I think audio ducking is a massively underrated filter. I think it's something that people don't talk about. I think a lot of people talk about, how do I get the audio and the noise reduction from all like my fans and stuff in the summertime, not my mic not pick it up. Everyone knows and researches that, but no one researches the audio ducking. I think the audio ducking is super, super huge important. Do I do this often? Yes, I do this podcast every other week. I will do 2 podcasts a month. It's always on a Thursday. At least right now, my schedule is always on a Thursday. I am working full-time family and I go to grad school. So should my school and work schedule change, I will schedule these around that. But right now it's every other Thursday. So 2 Thursdays a month. We'll be off next Thursday. Next Thursday, I'll be doing my normal stream, just gaming. And then the Thursday after that, we'll be back to the podcast. We'll be talking more news about streaming, news and gossip, and basically tips and tricks, tips to help improve your stream. That's basically what it is. The A to Z of the streaming world. News and gossip, tips to help you improve your stream, and everything in between. Is this something I can use for like Discord parties? That's a good question, Wicked. Good question. Ducking on Discord parties. I don't know if Discord has that as a function. I will look into it though. That's a great question. Because certainly you want to be, let me look. Roles, move to, deafen, profile. Yeah, if you're the host of Discord party, can you have everyone else's volume dip when you start speaking? Great question, Wicked. Mrs. Smash, let's write that down. That is super awesome, dude. Good question. I will look into that for you. Doing great, Nangs. Ready for the weekend? Nice. So Discord does have it. Nangs, I might reach out to you. We might need to do some research on that. That'd be super sweet. Wicked, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. By the way, feel free, y'all. As ColonelVapor mentioned, we do want to make sure that people feel welcome to know that we are out there. Ooh, that was the wrong social button. Oh, that was the wrong social button. That was, let me give you the right social button. Whoops. There we go. There are my socials. That's my my Discord, my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and a Patreon. By the way, we have recently adopted a Patreon model for supporting this channel. I love my Twitch subscribers, but I also wanted to find a way for people who wanted to support this channel for a little bit cheaper, more affordable way to support the channel. Twitch entry level is $5 a month. I think that sometimes that is a barrier to entry. So I have offered a Patreon way to support this channel. It's less money. It's $4 a month. And the advantage to switching over to a Patreon is Patreon only subscribers get access to monthly giveaways of our 3D printing. So you'll see me on my channels that almost every stream I'm 3D printing something. We got a camera on it so you can kind of switch over and see that cool stuff. This month's giveaway is a baby Grogu. This little guy right here we've 3D printed. This is this month's giveaway. So if you're a Mandalorian fan, you will love this baby Grogu. Look at the detail on that. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder if this gets a little out of focus here real quick, but let me see if I can focus this in. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that nice? This is beautiful. That is this month's giveaway for Patreon subscribers only. There we go. We refocused. I got a manual focus on this thing. So anyway, take a look at that. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I really would appreciate that. And that'll be this month's giveaway prize at the end of the month. The last stream of the month, we always do a drawing for all the Patreon subscribers, and that gets shipped out. Last month's winner was Salsa Ray won and a Wraith, Apex Wraith character heirloom, a full size, I think it was 12.5-inch long Wraith heirloom. Super cool. Gargoyle, what is up? Thank you for the follow, Gargoyle. How was your stream? I think Gargoyle, by the way, plays Apex. By the way, go find Gargoyle. She is on Instagram. Go check her out as well. I hope you're having a great evening. We're just getting ready to end the stream. We just got talking. We give you a quick review. We talked branding and niching. Okay, so we'll end the stream on this. Talked branding, niching, and content. How to brand, how to niche, and how to develop your content around that branding and niching, right? Let's bring up those things real quick. Target your audience, right? Determine your audience, position your product for that audience, right? What they think about you, their experience in their head. Choose a logo and slogan that matches that brand, right? And that when people see that and see that slogan and hear that slogan and see that logo, they think about you and it triggers that memory in their mind. Niche. Remember to evaluate everything, your passion, your audience, the competition. Test, put the content out there, see what happens, and then review it and refine it, okay? Social media. Again, let's review the social media aspect that we talked about. Twitter, I think, is number one. If you're a streamer, you need to be hitting Twitter. Number 2 is YouTube. That's long format, searchable content. TikTok is in there. TikTok is a great way to throw your line and your cast out there to see what you catch and to kind of gauge who your audience is and how they like you. But again, that's short format. It's not searchable. It's more like a lottery ticket. Use that to experiment, to kind of find out what people in your audience, what they like, and then start building your content around that and take that back to Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We had a conversation with ColonelVapor. He talked about building a community. Awesome recommendations. If you missed those, go back and watch this VOD. You're going to enjoy this conversation that I had with ColonelVapor. Super awesome. And lastly, we talked about audio is the king of streaming. Fix your audio, improve your audio, sound like a pro. Super easy things to do, and that'll really, really improve your streams and help people stay in your streams longer. So at any rate, thank you so much. It is super awesome to see you all, hear from you all. I hope you're doing well out there. That is the end of our show. Please feel free to head over in the Discord where we will be chatting more about stuff. If you have questions about this stream, if you have questions about anything I talked about tonight, if you want to link up and you want to play games with me, feel free to head over there. And we have other community members that you can also link up with and play games with as well. I hope you all have a great evening. Let's go find out who we're going to raid tonight. Who are we raiding tonight, y'all? Not much, Gargoyle. Hey, I have not seen you on Apex. And by that, I mean, you haven't been killing me on Apex recently, like you did last season. By the way, Gargoyle and I accidentally got into the same, just by coincidence, got into the same lobby one time, and she smoked me. I think a wingman shot. She pummeled me through a door. It was pretty sweet. And then she had to message me, I think I just killed you. All right. We're going to go check out, I do love me some Apex, but we are stepping away from that. We are looking at, let's go ahead and lemon wedges. Haven't seen lemon wedges in a while. Do we want to go check out some marbles on stream, Mrs. Smash? Majora's Rose on Baldur's Gate. Frack Attack, Segiful, Tofa. Let's go ahead and head over and let's go check out lemon wedges, because you know what? We can play some marbles on stream tonight. Let's go play some marbles on stream with lemon wedges. All right, he's playing marbles on stream. Let's go play a couple rounds of marbles with him and see how he's doing. Hey, at any rate, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed some of the recommendations, the content, and the podcast. Again, we do these every other Thursday, twice a month, every other Thursday. Come back and we'll have more conversations talking about the news and gossip of streaming, as well as tips and tricks to improve your streams. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a great evening. And until next time, keep calm and game on.
Sticky.